We're back with another league race then in FXR. Today it's the 14th round of the season then at Spa for the Belgium Grand Prix, and this then is my best lap time in just the one qualifying session once again then, as we didn't have enough people then again to do the full qualifying. So yeah, just this one 18-minute session then, and my best lap time was actually my first one then on the soft tyres, because yeah, I couldn't improve on that then. Second time round, I think I made a bit of a mistake at one of the corners, but yeah, we head into this then having won the previous race in yeah, quite dramatic circumstances last time out then in Hungary. It was a bit of a crazy race then where I feel like I messed up so many times, but just sort of things fell into place me right at the end then, and managed to keep on the road and take the victory then in the end, having just from I guess not crashing and also not getting any corner cutting penalties. So yeah, bit of a crazy race there then, but put us in quite a nice position then in the championship, where I think we're 120 points clear now then, so we're looking pretty good at this stage then. But we want to try and just keep the momentum going now then, and just really just not allow anyone else to close in too much or get into any kind of good run of form. There's no qualifying bans for me or Pyro or Psycho Swish this week, so it's going to be back to being a good three-way fight here then for pole position. So hopefully we can come out on top from that then. We're getting quite a lot because my first run was actually on medium tyres, so yeah, this is why we're having quite a big improvement here then on this lap. So just have to navigate these two final corners now then and get a good drive then towards the finish line, and we should hopefully be looking pretty good here then. We set a 42 flat, which puts us fastest, and it stayed that way then for the rest of the session. Then we took pole then by 0.2 of a second, whilst it was just 5 thousandths then between Pyro and Psycho Swish then for that place on the front row, and then a gap of more than a second then back to the rest of the field there. So once again then it's looking like the three of us are quite a bit quicker, but we'll have to see then if anyone else has a race pace then to challenge us. The tyre wear doesn't look too bad here then, so it's looking like we'll just be doing soft to mediums then, depending on what happens. Doesn't look like it's going to rain either, so it's looking like it's going to be quite a standard strategy then, depending on how things play out here then with potential safety cars. But for us though, we want to just try and get a good start here then, try and not get involved in any kind of first corner incident, because obviously La Source is probably one of the most infamous corners on the F1 calendar really for first lap incidents, I guess. So obviously I want to try and avoid that then. Of course, what's going to be crucial as well is also maintaining that lead all the way up to Le Com as well, because obviously Pyro and Swish will get a good run down the Camel Straight. The lights are on now, and we are away then at Spa. Quite a bit of wheel spin off the line then, so it wasn't the best of starts, but thankfully it's quite a short run to turn one here. We were quite late on the brakes there, and we're just going to take up the normal racing line then and not allow Pyro to get running outside. But he's had a good run then, doing a bit of a switchback there then towards Eau Rouge, which is going to stay and overtake Rich there to maintain a position, and then apply it once again then down his Camel Straight to try and maintain the speed up towards Le Com then. We're going to cover the inside line. It looks like we may just have done enough then. We should be able to just drift back across now then to take up our braking here then for this chicane, and we have managed to get through that first part then. Okay, still in the lead. Swish has overtaken Pyro there for second place, I see there, as we see then a replay of the start. And as I said, a bit of a slow one for me there, not my best one, but we managed to maintain lead then. Thankfully it's quite a short run to turn one here. Pyro did have a good run there at the first corner, as there was all a bit of a mess there behind. Looked like about 6 wide in the background, but everyone managing to get through with just a few maybe broken front wings there, it looks like. Now then, it looks like there's actually been an incident, as I say, that in Puan, and a few cars have gone off there. It looks like Seeker's out of the race, and a safety car is out then on the first lap of the race. So this good start we've had then has been undone for the time being. But interestingly here then, Psycho Swish pits, and so does Pyro. I didn't really see any reason to pit here, so that's why I stayed out, but I guess they wanted to try something different there then to see what they could do. I guess maybe they were predicting more safety cars later on as well, so going for something a bit different there. But for us though, we're just going to stick with what we're doing here at the front then, and the safety car's going to be coming in now then at the end of lap 3, so we'll just try and get his restart right then, pull out a gap to John behind us then, and hope that Squish and Pyro don't come through the field too quickly then behind us. We're back racing now then, and we've had a pretty good restart here. I think we've already managed to pull out a bit of a gap, but we're a little bit deep into turn 1 there, but I think we may just about get away with it then. Going back into overtake now then, and we're pulling away once again. And we've had a good start then, pulling away 1.5 seconds, but then a virtual safety car is going to halt that a little bit then, but at least it won't be a full safety car to bunch things all up again then. So, yep, still looking pretty good for us then, and we're back racing once again then on lap 5, and we're 1.8 seconds clear then of McGill in second place then, and Squish is in third as well then in the second Ferrari there, just behind him as well on the medium tyres, with Pyro just behind as well on that same strategy. So we'll see what they can do then on that alternate strategy, how long they run into this race. As through, well, looking behind us then, in fact, we've got John off the road then. In fact, he's out the race, and so is Psycho Swish then. Both Ferraris have crashed there then behind us, and that has really turned things on its head then. One of the main contenders then is out of this race. Pyro's managed to get through whatever that was. Thank you to Swish who allowed me to use this clip here to show what happened, and he's following a couple of seconds then behind his teammate who lost it there through Radion, and then came back onto the track and collected him, and Swish went into the wall as well. So there's an absolute disaster for him there then. And well, if we can keep this going now, then we're going to take even more points out of his, well, build that championship lead up even more, I should say, as another safety car comes out then. We're on lap 6 here, and well, the safety car is out once again then, and I think this time around we are going to use this chance then to pit, even though I did the wrong thing there on the strategy. But yeah, we are going to pit here then, I think, for what will probably be the one and only time, depending on if there are any more safety cars or not, which, to be honest, is not unlikely, I guess, considering what we've seen so far. But yes, just so much drama already in this race, and Psycho Swish so unlucky there, nothing he could have done, and for the second race in a row he's not going to finish the race. So we now pit then for what will be our one and only stop then onto the mediums. Pyro decided to stay out then, so interested to see what he's going to do then in this race. The Dub J's on hard, so is Leon Chainbow, so I guess they're going quite long into this race, or they may well have already pitted, I should say, so they may well just be going to the end from there. Getsuga's also stayed out then on medium tyres, so yep, not really quite sure what everyone was doing here. So we're out in 5th place, but all I know is that I'm going to the end. I don't really know what anyone else is doing, so for me it's just a case of trying to work my way up to the front then, and also making sure that I'm not taking too much out of these mediums then, as Getsuga was very wide there at the restart. So I'm going to just try and capitalise on that as quickly as we can as we go green now then, and we've already, looks like, managed to take the place off him, have we? We're going to try and break as late as we can into turn 1 then. We go a bit wide here then, gets going on a bit of a tighter line, but I think that's just allowed us to get a bit of a better drive on the exit there, and we managed to easily breeze past, and then on this run down towards Eau Rouge now then, already right on the back of the Mercedes then of Leon, and it's looking like we've got a good run here then out of Radion, and down the Camel Straight then we're going to just stick to the racing line here then, and hopefully get this move done then before we get to the braking zone, or at least manage to complete it on the brakes then, and that's what we do then up to P3 there then. So we've had a good start then to this restart then, as we see the replay then of us taking that place then to move ourselves back onto the podium then for the time being. Pyro then already starting to pull away up in front of us, and then it'll be Dub J in front of us then in the Alfa Romeo to try and get past. Next up then, as yeah, we are in with, we've got a good run here then, I guess, towards the bus stop chicane. We're closing in on them quite quickly here, but a bit of lag going on as well, so just trying to be a bit cautious here then, don't want to take too many risks. And yeah, I guess I didn't really place the car too well there, I guess, because I could have maybe gone to the inside line, but he seemed quite committed there to taking the racing line when I was thinking about making a move on the outside. So just going to have to tuck him behind him then for the time being, and we should actually get a good run here then with DRS once we get down the Camel Straight here. Following through turn 1 now then, and we just need to stick with it now then. We're up into overtake just to get right in the back of him here then, through Eau Rouge. Once again, a bit of a low connection here then, so we're going to have to try and be a bit cautious here then, just to make sure that we don't have an unnecessary incident, as we are going to look now then to the inside to see if we can get through. He makes a bit of a late move. I really can't tell if he was making a late move there or not, or if it was just a bit of lag going on, but nonetheless then we've managed to swoop around the outside, and we take second position then, and we'll see if we can get after Pyro now then. And well, I don't think the highlight reel is going to tell us much else really, because yeah, he did seem to move quite late, but also there's a bit of lag going on, so it's hard to tell really what exactly he was doing there. But nonetheless, then we're up to second position then, and we'll see then what Pyro can do then. He's obviously had 2 safety cars on those tyres, so he has managed to save a bit of tyre life then, I guess. But yeah, we're closing in a bit on him then. We've got to get down to 3 seconds, but really needs to close on him a bit quicker than that if we're actually going to catch him by the end of this race, assuming he doesn't pit again. So we're really just hoping that his tyres hit the cliff, or maybe that once we get within a second we can really start making some gains with the DRS there then. But something that is going to help us though is on the next lap here, he gets a 3-second penalty, so as long as we keep up this pace we should be able to take the victory off of him, as long as we don't get ourselves any penalties either. And I didn't have any warnings at this point, so I was looking pretty good on that front. So I just wanted to maintain some good pace here, and just I was thinking that yeah, I'd be able to emerge in the lead then, but I didn't even have to worry about that in the end then, because Pyro did end up pitting then. I think he was just getting close to puncture range then, and yeah, he had to really take that precautionary pit stop then. It was sort of looking less likely that he would win, so I guess just trying to make sure there that he managed to finish in second position. But yeah, that's certainly helped us out quite a lot then, and we are now looking very good now then to take the victory. I think it would have been quite interesting actually if Pyro had maybe pitted a few laps earlier and gone over to soft tyres, and to see if he maybe could have closed back up again then, pushing on those. But I guess we will never know that. But nonetheless then, for us, we slide it to the checker flag then, and it's yet another victory this season then, to make yet more big gains then in the championship. And yeah, that is a very good result for us then, taking yet another victory. And yeah, Pyro then and Leon join us on the podium. Probably should have been Psycho Squish up there with us as well, but yeah, he was obviously very unlucky today then with that incident. But yeah, incidents all through the field really, and yeah, quite a lot of cars being caught out I think at Eau Rouge and Radion in this race. Quite a few penalties then, but I think me and Korg there were the only ones who managed to avoid getting any of the people who finished there. But yeah, there's the final results then. We take the win then from Pyro in second, and it was, I apologise, it was Hoodrat in third, not Leon there, and the other Mercedes there in third place. Korg in fourth, Getz in fifth, and Leon was in sixth place. Dub J and Volt were the final 2 finishers there then. In the championship, I believe we are now 145 points clear then of Psycho Squish with 8 races to go. So even though I've been playing down my chances a lot, and I really don't want to be saying, oh yeah, I've got this, because it sounds so arrogant and that, but I would be upset if I lost it from here. I'm not going to lie, I would be very upset if I lost the championship for in this position. So hopefully we won't. In the constructors, it's still looking good for us. I think we're still leading the way there, so that's good for us as well. We'll just look to keep on maintaining that then into the next race at Monza, which historically has been very bad for me in league racing. So yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens this time then, and yeah, hope to see you for that one then. Thanks for watching this one, and see you next time.